Hi, this is Miss Sydney. This is the paper that I gave all of you. This is the PT3 Mathematics Model Test 5. So let's get started. Now, first, number 1A, 3 marks only. So for each correct matching, you will get the marks right away. Use pencil to match your answer. So you see this one. Now we have mixed numbers, improper fractions, proper fractions. So by looking at this, as long as you have more than one whole number like this, then that will be a mixed number. So just join this one, mixed number. And next, for this will representing the proper fraction because this one will be 2 out of 5. So this is improper. This is proper fraction. And this one, 5 out of 3, 7 out of 2, 11 out of 8. Your denominator is greater than your numerator is greater than your denominator. So that is all considered improper fractions. That's it. 3 marks for that. Now next, complete the following. So basically, now the question over here, -3.5 divided. So we have to do whatever inside the bracket first. Now this is -3. The question itself, forgot there is a negative over there. And then let's solve whatever inside the bracket. So over here, half. And then from 2/3, it turns to 4 out of 6. That means we change it to find the lowest common multiples. So half will be, if I change to 6, how do I get 6? I times 3 at the bottom. Then I times 3 at the top. Then I will have 3 over 6. Okay? And next, let's solve this part. Change this into improper fraction. We will have -7 over 2. Okay, and on this side, we will have 7 over 6, right? 7 over 6, and then the divide will change to multiply. Therefore, the second fraction followed by that, which is 7 over 6, has to be inverted to 6 over 7. Okay, and then we can simplify. 7 and 7. And a 2 and a 6 can be simplified by 2. So we have 3. So 1 times 3, negative, is -3. 1 times 1 is still 1. So that is the answer. So for each empty space that you fill in correctly, you get 1 mark each. Yeah? So 4 points altogether. So that is 1A. Next. 1C. Now to solve this question, enlarge it. Okay. Now let's see. Jane and Faiz open a bookstore. In the first month, the book suffers a loss. This is a loss of this much. And then make a profit in the second month. If the total loss is shared equally by them, how much loss does each of them bear? So we have loss. You see, the profit is more than what they lost. So altogether, all in all, they have the loss, right? So we should do like this. We want to calculate the loss, yeah? So the loss by each of them will be, we take 1,350 ringgit 40 cent minus the profit 550 ringgit 80 cent, and then divided by 2 of them. So divide by 2. Okay, so once you get this, if I see you take 1,350 minus 550.8, and then you get the correct answer, you get 1 mark. And then you divide by 2, another mark. And the final answer will be 1 mark. So 1,350 ringgit 40 cent minus 550.8. And then divide by 2. So the loss that is each bear by each by them is 399 ringgit 80 cent. Now notice that because my subject is loss, so I don't put the negative there. Okay, because loss is already mean negative. So that's the answer. Okay, next, number 2. Complete the number line. So you have 6.01, 6.41. Okay, we need to find out the size of each steps or each division of scale. So for this one, we have to count. So 6.61 minus 6.46. So for each division, the difference is 0.15. So with that, we just add 0.15 to the previous number. So over here, we will have 6.16. So 6.16 plus 0.15, 6.31. Okay, double check, 6.46, yes. And then check again, 6.61. Now, you notice that I use the answer plus 1, and then this will be your final answer. And then continue to plus, you see? So I just put enter. No need to press the value again. Just press enter, then it will automatically add 0.15 to my previous answer. So that's it, 4 points each. Okay? Now over here, estimate the values and match the followings. So we have square root of 120 between what and what. Now all these you should use calculator to speed up the process because there is no working involved here, no marks for working. See, 3 marks. That means each match your match is correct, then you got 1 point right away. So in this case, make good use of the calculator. So this is the first one, 10.95, so between 10 and 11. So this is the first one. And then next one, square root of 230, we have 15. Okay, so in between this, 15 and 16. And then last but not least, square root of 350, so 17 and 18. So now, don't forget to match it. This is number 1. This is number 5. Okay, done with this. So next, 2C. Okay, Siu-Chin, Amira, and Stanley shared to buy a present for the father's birthday in a ratio. This is a ratio question. Now, let's make it a habit to rewrite this important information in symbol, in short form, or whatever. So Siu-Chin is to Amira, is to Stanley. The ratio is 7 is to 4 parts is to 9. Now, Stanley paid 432 for the present. So under Stanley, we have the value of 432. And calculate the total amount that Siu-Chin and Amira paid. So we need to find out how much do they pay together. Now for this kind of question, I like to use the proportion table. This is my method. I find that it's very clear and you will never make any careless mistake. So just draw a T. Okay, and then for this side, we put ratio, and this side we put money or amount, and you put the value, the unit on top. So we are actually comparing two quantity over here, and since they're in proportion, so the ratio part, 9 parts representing 432 ringgit. And what we want is the total. We want to find the total amount of Siu-Chin and Amira. Therefore, if we total Siu-Chin and Amira in terms of ratio, then the result that we found here will be also in proportion to the total of the 11 parts. So over here, always, now if you're very weak in ratio, this proportion table will be able to help you. So always there is a standard operating procedure. Take this over this times this. Now, for those who understand the concept, basically we are looking for 9 parts represent 432. So we divide to get what is 1 part. 1 part is how much? And we have 11 parts over here. That's why we times 11. So for those who understand, then you will know why we do this. And for those who don't understand and yet you want to score, so you just remember this the SOP to solve the ratio question. So the next one would be just, calculator skill. Just make sure you key in the value correctly. 432 divided by 9 and then times 11. So we have 528. So 528 will be our answer. Okay? So this is what I said, the proportion table. So then if you want to answer, Siu Chin and Amira paid 528 ringgit. Okay, that's it. Okay, so that's next part, number 3, fraction question. The diagram shows a pizza which divided to several parts of equal size, and we have fraction, decimal, and percentage. So we need to write them. So what is the value of the shaded part in terms of fraction, decimal, and percentage? So how many parts? So we have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 parts, and the one that is shaded take up 1 part. So our fraction is P is 1/8, and then the Q. So for this one, now 3 marks, so 1 mark for each. No working. This one you can use calculator to search for you. So use the fraction function. Okay, 1/8, and then you equal. All right, it's in fraction. Then we change to decimal. How do we change? You press this button again. 0.125. Okay, so we have 0.125, and then from there we can change to percentage. So how do we change to percentage? Just times 100%. So we have 12.5%. That's it for this question. So next, 3B. Now solve. Wait a minute. Okay, so 3B, solve the following problems. Now, Sheila made a loss of 15% when she sold her mobile phone for this much of money. Calculate the original price of her mobile phone. Now, original price must be more expensive. Now, let's sketch an idea of about what is this. This is the original. Original always 100%. Okay, original, it's always 100%. And then it's sell it. Okay, it's sell it, but how much? I don't know. And it's sell it away at 1,950 ringgit. And that is after she made the loss of 15%. That means minus 15%. So the selling price is actually 100 minus 15. So we have 85%. Do you understand this part? The original price is much higher. Sell as 1,950. That is minus 15% because she made a loss of 15%. So original is 100%. After the loss of 15%, she's actually selling this at 85% of the original price. So let's find out what is this original, correct? So you can use the proportion table, that go like this. This is the percentage. This is the percentage. This is the money. So at 85%, it's selling at 1950. So I need to know what is 100%. So take this over this times this, right? So in other words, the original price equivalent to 1950 is actually represented by 85%, and I need to find the 100%. So for this one, just use our calculator to find the answer. 1950 divided by 85 times 100. So what do we have? 2,294 ringgit and 12 cents. 2,294 ringgit and round up, 12 cents. So that's it. That is the original price. Okay, next part. This is the statistic. Okay, it shows a score of 50 participants. That means the total F here is 50. Double check. 3 plus 8 plus 9 is 20. 6 plus 14, another 20. 20, 20, 40 plus 10, 50. Okay, so we have our total frequency is 50. Calculate the percentage of participants who obtain more than 3 points. More than 3. That means 4 and 5. Let's count how many of them obtain more than 3. So, what do we want? Percentage, Percentage of participants, which refer to this, who obtained score for 4 and 5. So we will take the 4 and the 5 over the total and then times 100%. So we have 28 times 2. That will be 56%. Okay, that's the answer. Oops. Okay. So 28 divided by 50. Double check. 28 divided by 50 and then times 100. 56%. Okay, so that's it. So if you get 14 plus 10, 1 mark, and then this whole formula, another mark, and then 56%, then you have 2 marks from here to here because the value and the unit. Okay, all right, now next. C. Yuna wants to buy diamond bracelet which costs 2,035. She already has 910 in her savings. This is the price. If she saves 75 a month, how many months does she have to save before she can buy the bracelet? That means we have how much does she need? How much more does she need in order to purchase this? So, and then divide by 75 lah, then we will know how many months that she need to save. So I can put everything together. So number of months needed. Okay, we take 2,035 minus the 910 ringgit in hand to see how much more that she need to save. And then for that, we will divide by 75 because every month she saves 75. So we need to know how many times of 75 she need to go through. So 2,035 minus 910. And then we divide by 75. So we have 1125, since it's 3 marks, just to show the examiner that you got the figure. 75, and then divide this, and then we have 15. Therefore, the number of months needed is 15 months. That's it. We have found the question. We have found the answer for the question. Number 4, calculate circle. Oh, all right. Circle, what is that? Circle the algebraic terms with one unknown from the following list. One unknown. So over here, m and 2 unknowns. One unknown here, circle this. One unknown x, circle this. E and F, 2 unknown. A and B, 2 unknown. R, Z, 2 unknown. This one, no unknown. This is a constant. M is 1 unknown. Circle this. H, G, 2 unknowns. A, C, 2 unknowns. S, 1 unknown. Okay. U is also 1 unknown. Okay, Z is 1 unknown. D is 1 unknown. K is also 1 unknown. PQ is 2 unknown. So we have 4 marks each. 4 marks all together. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half mark each. Okay, next. Given that, we have this. Given that cube root of x equals to 2 and cube root of y equals to 4. So we have to find the value of this. That means we need to have x and the y, because finding value, that means something we can obtain, yeah? So now, with this, okay, cube root of x is 2. To find x, the function of cube root go to the other side, become cube. So it will be 2 cube. X is 8. And on the other hand, cube root of y is 4. So bring the function of cube to the other side, the cube root to the other side, it will become cube. So we will have 64 over here. So with that, substitute into y minus 2x over x, where y is 64. Whenever you see x, you replace with 8. And that's it. 64 minus 16 divided by 8. So the answer is 6. That's it. Okay, next. The table below shows the price of 2 types of items. Sardine, 6 ringgit per unit. Chocolate, 4 ringgit per unit. Lingam bought 2M cans of sardines. That means you have 2M. And 5p bars of chocolate. 5p. So find the amount of money Lingam has to pay in terms of M and P. So you see, if 1 unit is 6 ringgit, 2 units times 2, 3 units times 3. We have 2M units, so we times 2M. So we will have 2M of 6 ringgit plus 5p of 4 ringgit. So that will give us 12M plus 20p. Okay, so this is in terms of RM. That's it. Okay, must put the unit there. 12M plus 20p. Next, simplify. Now, to simplify, we have to factorize. Try to factorize the number, then followed by the variable. So over here, you look at the number 25, 10, and 5. All these are multiple of 5. So let's take the 5 out. So from the numerator, 5 times 5 get you 25. Do step by step. If you can factorize the variable together, just go ahead. Otherwise, just do step by step. Yeah, so 5, after you factorize the 5 out, you're left with 2m squared n minus mn squared n side. Only when it is multiplied like that, you can simplify the 5 outside. Okay? Now, this one you can't simplify like that unless you factorize out so that you have the common factor outside. So over here, you have, for this one, you have 2 terms. So each term contains m, n. So take the m and n up there, just leave it. 5mn squared over, for this term, it has m as well as n for both. So the first term, the 2 left behind, 1m factorized out, left with 1m, 1n already out there, minus m already taken out, 1n taken out, left with 1n. So, and with this, then only we can simplify. When it is in fraction, when it is in expression, this is called algebraic expression. We cannot cancel like that. No way. We can only simplify when it is the factor outside. So m with the m, n squared and 1n, so get rid of 1n. So now we will have 5n over 2m minus n. That is our answer. Okay, next, write the appropriate units of length in the following statement. The height of the kit, we measure them in cm. The thickness of the coin, we measure it mm. Distance of Kedah to Johor, we measure in kilometer because it's very far away. So km. So 3 points altogether. Okay, now next. In the diagram below, BMD is a straight line. So let's look at BMD straight line. If 90 here, 90 the other side. And we have to find the length of BC. BC is over here. So this is the one that we need to find. So how? Okay. You see this right angle triangle? And the longest hypotenuse is 5. This is 4. Immediately we know that this is 3. So we know that MD is 3. Why? Because we know that it is the Pythagoras triangle of 3, 4, 5. This is always the hypotenuse. Okay, these two will be the sides. Huh? Of course, you can show how you find the MD. You can show MD equals to 5 squared minus 4 squared and then square root. You get 9 and then you 25 minus 16 you get 9. So square root the 9 you got 3. But not necessary because we know that the Pythagoras triangle 3, 4, 5 it's very common pairs. Okay, common group. Yeah. So if this is 3, let's put it down in pencil in our diagram. This is 3, therefore this is 3 as well. So now this is 90 degree. Can you see that? So another Pythagoras theorem, another right angle triangle where we apply the Pythagoras theorem. So to find BC, it is the shorter side. We know that BC, when we square it, plus the BD when we square, which is 6 squared, we got 10 squared. This is another Pythagoras triangle, 6, 8, 10. But we just need to show because 3 marks. See 3 marks? We got to show some working. Okay? So BC square will equals to 10 squared, which is 100, minus the 6 squared, which is 36, and we got 64. And we want to find BC, therefore square root of 64. As I said just now, 6, 8, 10. 6, 8, 10. Another Pythagoras triangle, which is the double of this one. You times everything by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 2 is 10. So that's it. BC is 8 cm. Okay? All right. Now next, C part 1. Convert 62.3 degree to degrees and minutes. So 62.3 degree can be written in 62 degree, a whole number, plus the decimal number, the decimal part. That means it's not even a degree, okay? So if it is not the degree, let's change it to minutes. So 1 degree is 60 minutes. So times 60. So we will have 62 degree plus 18 minutes. So the answer will be 62 degree and 18 minutes. That's it. Okay. Next. Okay, for this question, in the diagram below, PQR is a right angle triangle with sine. Okay, this is a trigonometry question. I want you to see the sine and okay. So sine angle, let's identify where is this angle. Angle QRP. That means the angle that we are looking at should be at R. So QRP, this is the one. Okay. So for this angle, this is hypotenuse. The one that is opposite the 90 degree, it's always hypotenuse. So, and from this angle, the one that beside is called adjacent. The one that is right across is called opposite. And we are using SOHCAHTOA to help us. And since this is sine, we are looking at SO. Okay, and we have PR equals to 20 meter. PR 20 meter is given here. So means you sine the angle QRP. It is the opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is X. Hypotenuse, you see, it's given over here. It's 20. And that sine of angle QRP is 0.6. So this part you replace with 0.6 equals to X over 20. So therefore X will equals to 0.6 times 20. Times 20. Okay, so that is 12 cm. At 12 meter. Over here is meter. So 12 meter. That's it. Okay, 4 points altogether. All right, next. The next question. Based on the diagram below, we have to list one pair of corresponding angle. You see these two arrow here? It shows that they are parallel. So we need to find the one pair of corresponding angle, the F shape, yeah, the F shape. So look at this one, the F shape is over here. They must be in the same orientation. You see the F? So this side, the angle between the transversal, So Q, angle Q, and angle U. Next, one pair of alternate angle, the Z shape, so like this. So we can take Q and W, angle Q and angle W. Okay, last, interior angle. Interior angle has to be the parallel line and the transversal, yeah, between them, either up or down. Okay, so Q and T, angle Q and angle T. Now you may have the different answer. As I said just now, you see this one, Q and U. You can also take T and P. Angle P and angle T. You can even take RV or SW because they are in the F shape. Now the F shape could be like this, or the laterally inverted shape, or the one that is go upside down like that. The angle must always be like this. Depends on where you see lah. Okay, so just give me just one pair will do. The rest, okay, the rest is just extra. You don't need to write extra. What if you write two and one of them is wrong? So for such ambiguous answer, we don't accept it, okay? No marks will be given. So just write the one that you are very sure. So one pair of alternate angle, just now it was Q and W. We can also take R and T. So angle R and angle T. And the interior angle can be the one that go the upside down, the angle R and angle W. Okay, just choose one. Next. Okay, so for this one, in this diagram, PQR is a straight line. So PQR is a straight line. Immediately, we know that the total angle over here is 180. Therefore, this is 95. Let's put that down. And then you see this one? This marking shows that this triangle is actually the isosceles triangle. The angle at the base will be equivalent. If this is 55, this is 55. And that if that's the case, we can find this right away. How? Because this is from the isosceles triangle. So to find this, we just take 180 minus twice of 55. And that is 110, right? So this will be 70. Okay, so we found this to be 70. Then we can find the y, because this is parallel line. Can you see that? So we can, a few ways, you can use this one, the 70. So therefore this will be 70 as well, because this is the transversal. So this is 70. And then y can be found using the 180 minus 95 minus 70. Or like just now, we can take 70 plus y equals to 85. That one also can. Up to you. So let's say I take this, because this is the alternate angle. Okay, that means y plus 70 equals to 85. Therefore, y equals to 15 degree. Okay, if I take the other way round, I find this zigzag angle over here, 70. So to find y, because it's inside this triangle, I take 180 minus the 70 minus the 95. So you use your calculator. So 180 minus 70 is 110. So 110 minus 95, that will be 15 also. You get the same answer. Okay? So that's it for this question. We go to the next one, C. Table below shows the result of a survey on 240 students on their hobby. So altogether over here is 240. So based on this data, calculate the angle of sector which represent each hobby in the pie chart. Okay, do we have space? And then we need to construct. Okay, we have to calculate over here. So how do we calculate? The formula will be the x over the total F, times, because we want to construct the angle in a pie chart. The total of the pie chart, one whole turn, is 360. So we're supposed to use this one. So let's put them into the formula. So for badminton, that is 32 over the total, which is 240 times 360. Let's find out what is that. And at the same time, the television will be 90 over 240 times 360. And then we have reading 46 over 240 times 360. And then internet, surfing internet equals to 72 over 240 times 300. Okay, so next we just calculate lah. What we need to do is the variable is the x, the one that is the one that is on top. This is the variable, and the total f is 240. It's fixed. So I'm going to use the calculator function to help me. I don't want to press so many times. So alpha x over 240 times 360. Okay, and then calculate for me. So what is x? I just key in x 32. So I have 48 over here, 48 degree. And then enter. The next one is 90. And I have 135 over here for my television. And the one reading, what is my x here? 46. So 69 degree. And then 72 is 108 degree. Okay, so we have to construct this for the next question. So this is the formula. Just put the formula and then put in the corresponding value, then you get the answer. And for the next part, we have to construct the pie chart. Now, how do we construct a pie chart? Obviously, we have to construct a circle and use your compasses, because we have to measure the angle from the center of your circle. Okay, so draw the circle that is big enough, that fit nicely into the space given, not too small and not too big, just nice. So just go around it and draw a circle. Okay, right. Can you see? Then the center will be where we start our, where we put our compass, yeah? And then from there, let's start with a line first. Let's start with the line. Oops. I dropped my ruler. Okay. So let's start with the line, with the straight line. Where should you draw your straight line? Anywhere, because that will be our baseline. Okay, so from this baseline, we have to build angles that we have just calculated just now. So let's refer to the value just now and write it down beside it, so that it's easier and don't need to flip my page. So badminton is 48. TV is 135. And then reading books is 69. And finally, surfing internet is 108. Okay, so this is the angle that we need to construct. So let's start with 48. Okay, get your compasses, protractor. Now the center, this is the center, all right, and you should align with the center of your protractor. And this is the line. This is our baseline. That means where we start to measure our zero, yeah? I mean, start to measure our angle. So this line will be our zero line. So when I say the baseline, means the line that we start measure, or in other words, it's a zero line. Okay, I call it zero line. Okay, so we need to measure 48 degrees. So 0 here, inner scale, so 48. So 45, and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So this will be our 48. Okay, and then let's join it to the center of the circle. Of course, you don't draw out of the circumference. Okay, so we got this first part, and this one is 48-degree label. And what is that? Badminton. Label. You have to label your pie chart. Next is 135. So now this will be our next baseline or zero line. So let's align it so that it is aligned with our zero line or baseline. So what is the value that we want? 135. So over here, 130 over here, 135, it's right in the middle. So that we go that point. This is 130, 135, it's here. So let's join to the center of the pie chart. So this one is 135. And what is that? That is watching television. So television. Watching television. This is playing badminton. Next, we will have reading 69. So like that. 69. If you can't see this way, please turn your paper so that you're comfortable with the usual way that you use. So you see, I start measuring here. So my baseline is over here, or zero line is over here. I just need 69. So 60 is over here. 65, 69 is over here. So 1 unit before the 110. So join this to your center of the pie chart. There you go. So we have 69 degree, and obviously the other part will be 108 lah. Okay, see, 108. This is our zero line. Okay, so we can just leave it because automatically that will be 108. And that is surfing internet. And the 69 is reading. Okay, double check if you have time. Otherwise, you just continue. All right, that's it. This is how we draw our pie chart. All right, make sure the circumference is clear. It doesn't look clear over here because of the lighting, but it's quite clear if you read straight from the paper. Okay, next, we have to draw and state the number of lines of symmetry for the following shapes. Okay, so for this shape, I think the question should have put this. Okay, then only we can take this as our square, because according to the marking scheme, this one should be a square. If they don't give us this, then we just take it as rectangle. So if it is rectangle, then we only have 2 symmetrical lines, but because this is a square, so we will have 4 symmetrical lines. Now make sure that you draw your symmetrical line with dotted line, not the solid line. So this is about 3, so 1.5. So somewhere here in the middle. Okay. No need to be very accurate, but it has to be seen to be in the middle, passing through, and divide the diagram into 2 equal parts. So how many? Draw and state. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. we draw 4 lines, you see. And next, for this, we will have, this is a rhombus. And for rhombus, we only have 2 symmetrical lines. Only this, no others. If you say this is also symmetrical line, go home and cut out this shape and try to fold it, see whether they will meet face to face. Okay, this is another shape, 2 triangle put together, look like a Christmas tree to me. Okay, so this will be just 1 symmetrical line. And this one, again, I think the question need to give this symbol so that we know that this one is actually the right angled triangle. I mean the isosceles triangle. When it is isosceles triangle, we will have 3 symmetrical line because it divide the triangle into the equal parts if you fold along this dotted line. So over here we have 3 symmetrical lines. Okay, next, part B, set square and protractor are not allowed. So this is a construction question again, and this is the quadrilateral that we have to construct. And then we have to start with the line PQ and then construct RP perpendicular to PQ. Okay, let's construct this one first. This one and this one. Okay, where is the space? So over down here. Okay, so start with PQ, he says. Just draw any line. Okay, and put down. This is our first point, P. But where is Q? We cannot measure like this to get Q. We have to use the compasses. Okay, now the PQ is 8 cm. So let's measure 8 cm. 8 cm over here. Okay, 8 cm. So put the compass on P and then cut. Oh, not long enough, but never mind. We just sorry. We just extend this line though. So this is our Q. And then we have to construct the RP that it's perpendicular to PQ. That means we have to draw a perpendicular line that passing through the P. So we can use the angle method or we can use the perpendicular bisector method. So let's say if I use the perpendicular bisector method. Okay, I have to create 2 equidistant points, and then from that 2 points, I get this one you just draw up will do, but I already get used to it. So I draw down here so to increase the accuracy of the line. So it will pass through. Okay, you see I draw 2 sides here and here. So it will pass through the P for sure. Okay, so that's it. Draw longer. How long? Now this one is just for use as a reference. So just draw dotted line will do. It's not part of the diagram. So as long as the line that is not part of the diagram, we have to use dotted line to represent because we only want whatever that it's on top. Okay, so let's look at the original diagram. It's PR. It has to be 4 cm over here. So let's measure 4 cm. Okay, 4 cm. So put here. Okay, 4 cm. So put on P, we measure 4 from P. So this will be our what? R. This will be our R. So let's label the R over there. Okay, so now What's next? Construct the 120 degree and 45 degree. So where is 120? It's at R. And where's 45? It's at Q. So which one should we start first? Probably let's start with the Q. Or let's start with the R, easier. 120 is actually 60 plus 60. So let's start from the R. So from the R over here, so this is the intersecting point. With any measurement, any length, we're going to draw. This is our baseline, the zero line. Okay, so draw from the zero line and go towards almost 180. Yeah? So you know that this one is definitely more than 90 degrees. So that's good. So with the same length, put on the other side and cut the first intersecting line, give you 60, and we continue to construct another 60. So this one will give us 120 because 60 plus 60. So join this to our R. I don't know how long, so I just draw longer than I think it should be. Now, next, we construct the 45 degree. So to construct the 45, I have to have 90 degree at the Q over here. So I'm going to use the angle method to construct 90 degree. And those who are still blur about using angle method to construct 90 degree, please refer to my other video clip on how to construct 90 degree using angle method. Yeah. Okay, so I construct first 60, then the second 60. So I bisect the second 60, that will give me 90. But bear in mind, this is not what I want. Yeah, I want to bisect the 90. So so this is not my answer. So I just dotted line. But the one over here, I will make a clear intersection between the arc that I draw just now with this straight line. Because once I want to bisect this angle, bisect the angle at the Q, I must create two equidistant points from Q. So, which already done here, here and here, isn't it? Two equidistant points from Q. So I'm going to use these 2 points. Okay, and bisect this arc. Yeah, bisect the arc. So the compass put on this side. You see, the distance is definitely more than half between these 2 points. Mark over here. Okay, and mark over here. So that will be the intersecting point that we should join to Q, because that will give us 45 degree at the Q. And draw so that we can touch over here, and that will be the S that we want. So we have drawn the 120 and we have drawn the 45. Okay, and then we need to measure the length of RS, which is this. So let's measure the RS. Three cm. Okay, therefore don't forget to answer the question. Part 3, RS equals to 3 cm. Okay, double check. Yep, 3 cm. Okay, so 6 marks altogether. 1 mark goes to your measurement, so 5. 1 down, we have 5. So 5, 1, and then the 90 degree, 2, and then the R, 3, and then the 45 degree, 4, 120 degree, 5. So that is how you get your 6 marks. Okay? All right, next we shall go to the next question. The following formula is to calculate the area of trapezium. So the formula of trapezium, we have to, of course, if you can remember, Just memorize the formula. Okay, we will have, you see, generally we know that half the sum of two parallel sides times the height, right? So you look at this diagram. So we have parallel side, which is 15 and 12. You see 12 is over here. Obviously, y is 15 and the front should be half. So we get x equals to half right away. Y equals to, this is 12, so y must be 15 and z must be the h, the height between the two parallel sides. So that is z. Z is 6. That's it. Six cm, 15 cm. Okay. Now, based on the trapezium, what is the value of x, y, z? Okay, we already answered lah. So always answer at the answer space given here. So x equals to half, y equals to 15 cm, and z equals to 6 cm. Okay, that's it. All right, so this is question 15. Next, page 15. Next, B. The following diagram shows two congruent shapes, the same shape, similar, okay, drawn on the Cartesian plane. Okay, these two congruent in terms of shape and the size, they're all the same. So now part 2, the next part of the question says, 2 is the image of 1. So this is the image. Let's put it down, and therefore this will be the object. Okay, 2 is the image of 1 under the transformation of P. So we have to describe in full transformation of P. Now you see, same orientation, same size. So the only way should be translation. So it's very important that you have to write which one is image, which one is object. Now let's join the corresponding point. This point corresponds to this point. Okay, and how we move? We move from object to image. So we move in this direction. So the translation will describe the movement in x first, horizontal. So this is the right angle triangle that we should use to count our movement. So from here, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 steps to the right. And then from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps downwards. Therefore, to describe the transformation P, we should write like this. Okay, P is translation. And then put the vector 8 towards that side. 8 and coming down, -5. That is our answer. Now find the coordinates of image K under a clockwise rotation of 90 about the point 2, 3. Okay, for this one, we cannot imagine. We need to draw. So where is K negative? Where is 3, -1? So 3 is here. Okay, this is 2, so this is -1. So this will be our K. K is 3, -1. And then where is our center of rotation? Is 2, 3. Where is 2, 3? 2 here, 3 here. Okay, so this is our center of rotation. And we're going to rotate this one clockwise rotation. Clockwise means you go like this, at 90 degrees. So let's join the point K to the center of rotation. Let's join this one. And you're going to move that way. So how? We can use the right angle triangle to help us to move. Okay, so use this one. Use this right angle triangle. Yeah, so if this right angle triangle move 90 degrees, isn't it this side will be exactly here? You see, from here, it moved 90 degrees clockwise like that. So for this triangle, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 units here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's here. And then you see this triangle The remaining is inside this. Yeah? So if I draw, so the remaining will be inside this as well. So 1 unit. So it's here. Can you see that? If you join, then this is how the triangle moves. So we make good use of this triangle so that we can find, you see, make it clearer. Okay, you don't have to shade. I just shade so that you can see better. Can you see that this triangle move to here? It's even, isn't it? It's 90-degree clockwise. So once you got that, you can basically, no need to erase. Just put that as your answer. And of course, you got to answer the question. The coordinates of the K prime, it's over here. So what is the coordinates? -2 and 2. So for part 2, coordinates K prime will be -2 and 2. That's it. Okay. Next. An isosceles triangle, which is drawn on a scale 1:10, has a base. Okay, we have the scale over here. Always remember the scale is drawing is to object. That means your image to object. Yeah? Image to object. That means object is bigger. Your drawing is smaller. Okay, it has a base of 3.6 cm. An isosceles triangle which is drawn. This is drawn. So this one that it's given must be the drawing lah. It has the base of 3.6. This is a drawing. So isosceles triangle like that. So the base is 3.6 cm and a height which is 2.4 cm. So what is the area of the actual triangle? So the actual triangle, let's find the area of the drawing first. That's half times the base times the height. Okay, so for this one, we will have 3.6 times 2.4 and then divided by 2. So we have 4.32. 4.32 cm squared, yeah? Okay, so we need to find the actual. So remember the formula. If we take the area of the drawing compared to the area of the object, it will be in K squared. Okay, so what is the K? K is the scale factor. We have the scale drawing. Scale, this is D, this is O. We can change it to like this. Okay, so therefore the area of drawing we know is 4.32. And the area of the object is the actual one, which we don't know. So just leave it. And the K is actually 1/10, and we've got to square it. So now 4.32 over A, and then equals to 1/100. Therefore, to find area, this one go up, this one go up. That will be 432 cm squared. That is the actual values. So we found the answer. Next, based on the following diagram, name each of the part of the circle. Okay, name the part of the circle. All right, point O, what is this? This is the center. Center of circle. And O to A basically is the radius. BE is the diameter. And BD basically is a chord. The area of BCD, where's BCD? BCD is this one with the straight line and the arc over here. It's a segment. We call it segment. Okay, and A, B, C, D, E, F, basically a one whole round. That is circumference. Okay, this one very simple. Now next, The diagram shows two circles of the same size touching each other and against the sides of the rectangle. So if the radius of each circle is 14, so we have radius 14. You see, if this is the radius, two radius joined together will be a diameter 14, and this is another 14. Okay, if they join together side by side like this, they will actually, the diameter will touch the diameter. So from there, we will have the length and the width of the rectangle. So isn't it this one will be twice of 14, 28. This one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times of 14, which is 56. So we need to find the area of the shaded region. So we want the shaded region, the white one we don't want. So it's straight away take area of shaded region. It's equivalent to take the area of the rectangle minus the area of the circle, two circle. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. How do we find area of the rectangle? So that is 56 times 28. And then minus twice. Now, how do we find area of circle? You refer to the formula list. Area of circle is actually pi r squared. So let's use, we have twice of it. So times pi, which is 22 over 7. And r squared, r is 14. So 14 times 14. Anyway, this one you can use calculator to calculate. It's not an issue. So for each, you get it, 1 mark, and then the final answer, 1 mark, yeah? So 56 times 28, we have 1568 minus, okay, this one simplify. So we have 2 times 22 times 2, and then times 14. We have 1232. So 1568 minus this, we will have 336, and the unit will be in cm squared because this is area, so everything is in cm squared. Okay, so that's it for area of circle. The next part. Okay, given that x, y, z is a straight line, so x, y, z is the straight line. Okay, then what else? O is the center. Find the value of the following. So let's start with the Q first. Okay, this is a triangle, yeah? And this is the center. I think this one lack of one information over here. Which one? I think it's this Q. Yeah, this one. According to this is 54. Okay. Sorry, there's flaws in the question. This question, they should give you this. Okay, printing error. There's a 54 over here. Now, so first we need to find the angle Q. So this one is the cyclic quadrilateral. Can you see that? 4 vertices are on the circumference, cyclic quadrilateral, and the property, the opposite angle, total to be 180. So we can find Q right away. Q is actually 180 minus the 20 and the 54. Minus 20 minus 54 and 74, right? So we will have 106 as our answer. So that is Q. Okay, now next, this is Q, yeah? All right, next we need to find R. How do we find R? You see, this is the center of the circle. Therefore, this 2 is equivalent radius. So we have isosceles triangle. We can find R. Okay, we need some space over here. So R will be 180 minus twice of 54. So 180 minus 108. So we have 72. So R is 72 degree. Next, we need to find S. Okay, how do we find S? You see, we have angle R. S is actually subtended by the same arc that subtend the R in the center. So angle at the circumference is always half the angle at the center. So if R is 72, then S will be half of 72. So we have 36. So R is 36. Last but not least, this is part 2, part 3, and part 4. Okay, we need to find P in our part 4. Where's P? P is over here. So again, cyclic quadrilateral. We have 56 over here. So therefore, the interior opposite angle is equivalent to the exterior angle. That means P plus S equals to 56 degrees. So we want to find P. We need the 56 degree minus the S, which is 36. So P, we got the answer, 20 degree. Okay, so that's it. We found all the PQRS. All right, now next, question number 10. The line graph below shows the pocket money spent by Rahim in a week. So how much did he spend in 1 week? So you have to study your graph carefully. This is the day, and this is the money, the amount of money that he spent over here. That means on Monday he spent 2 ringgit. On Tuesday he spent 3 ringgit. Wednesday 5, and then Thursday 3 ringgit and 50 cent, and then Friday is over here. Friday is 4 ringgit. So for each day you have to mark down. Okay, be careful. So from here we add all the expenses in 1 week. So we shall take in RM. Always put the unit there. So the first Monday is 2, Tuesday is 3, Wednesday is 5, Thursday is 350. Now beware that this is money, so don't give me 3.5. Money, we have cent, 2 decimal places, so 350. Next, followed by Friday. Friday is 4 ringgit, and Saturday is 450 again, 0.50, and Saturday done, 450. Sunday is 350. Let's check so that we do not left out any of the expenses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 days, 7 expenses. Let's add all together. This one you use your calculator to add for you. No need to waste time. Okay, so this is 5 plus 5, 10. And then this is 7 plus 4, 11. So 21 plus 4. So we have 25, 50. That is the answer. Don't give me 25.5 because this is money. You must have 2 decimal places at the back. Okay. Now, what is his average spending per day? So he spent total, the amount is 25.50. So average spending will be over the 7 days. So we should take 25.50 because spread evenly on that 7 days. So take 25.50 divided by 7. So we have 3 ringgit and 64 cent. Okay, you have to round off. 3 ringgit and 64 cent. That will be the average of spending. Now, what is the difference between the highest and the lowest spanning in the week? The highest will be, look at the highest line graph, there will be 5, and the lowest will be 2. Therefore, the difference will be, take 5 minus 2. Therefore, the answer is 3 ringgit. Straightforward, yeah? Okay, next. The last part will be this. All right, this one can be scored easily. All right, complete the table of values below for the function y equals to 2x squared minus x minus 6. For this one, use calculator to help us, okay? Because we don't want to we don't want to make any mistake that involve with like x squared and x. Okay, so what we do is we key in this formula in our calculator. Okay, after all, the examiner will not know whether you are calculating it manually in a oh, okay, I have to speed up. No space already. Okay, 2x squared. So 2 alpha x squared, 2 alpha x squared, and then minus alpha x, and then minus 6. So my formula, 2x squared minus x minus 6, yeah? So calculate. So now my x, when it is negative 2, so key in negative 2, key in equal, then you have 4. So you write 4 over here. So next, press enter one more time. And now key in the next x value, which is negative 1. So we have negative 3 over here. When it is 1, we have negative 5. Okay, that's it. So no mistake made over here. Okay, last, we have this one. Okay, the table is given and we have to construct with the scale of 2 cm on y-axis. Okay, complete and label the y-axis. I think they should give us over here the x-axis, but anyway, we have to draw our x-axis on our own. So we have negative 4 to 4, yeah? So 2 cm to 5 units on the y-axis. So the biggest is 14, the smallest is negative 26. Hey, this one look like the one that, okay. So never mind, let's do this one. Look at this one. So let's take this, let's take this to be 1 cm. Yeah. So this one will be 2 cm lah. Okay, so let's draw the graph. So we have 14, yeah? So 5, so the maximum is 15. So make sure the y is right in the middle. So probably here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's here. Okay, always use the darker line. Okay, use the darker line. This is the darker line. Can you see that? So let's mark that one. So this is 2 cm. Huh? So that one is, then we will have 15, and then 10, 5, 0 here. So this is y-axis. This is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So 0 here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then negative 5, negative 10, negative 15, negative 20, negative 25, and negative 30. Okay, so we have this one, negative 4, 14. So where is negative 4, 14? Negative 4 is over here. 14 is somewhere here. Somewhere. So estimate, yeah? Now in exam, it will give you a more accurate graph paper. Not like this. Negative 3, 4. Negative 3 and 4 over here. And then negative 2, we will have negative 2. Negative 2. This is 2.5. So negative 2 is here. Okay, and then when it is negative 1, we have negative 5. Negative 1, negative 5 is here. When it is 0, we have negative 6. So negative 6 is somewhere here. And when it is 1, we have negative 7.3, 1. Okay, 5. 7.5 is somewhere here lah, because 5 units, half is 2.5. So 7.3 is slightly very near to 7.5. And then when it is 2, it's negative 10. 2, negative 10 is over here. And then 3 is negative 16. 3 here, negative 16. Somewhere here. And then when it is 4, it's negative 26. So 4, negative 25 here, negative 26 here. So you will see this graph that go like this, yeah? So it's a, we call it a cubic graph. Let's join the points. Negative 2, oh, sorry. I plot one point wrongly. This is negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. So no wonder I cannot join, seem to join. It's not very smooth. So when I negative 2 should be here. Yeah, it should be here instead of up there. So have to be careful. Okay, this is how we spot our mistake, because once you want to join, you notice that, hey, it looks very weird, like off track. So this is how you check. Yeah, so now we can join them all together. Okay, it's not easy. This curve. And then come down. There you go. So this is the cubic graph. So that's it for all the 10 questions. Done. This is the Kertas Model 5.